Unit 2. Companies. Track 17.
I am pleased to say the parent company has continued its excellent performance. We are changing, growing, and doing well at a difficult time for the industry. Turnover was €57.2 million, an increase of 15% on last year, and net profit rose by 5% to €6.4 million. We are a highly competitive business. We have increased our market share to 20%. Consequently, our share price has risen and is now at an all-time high of €9.6. Increased production and strong demand have had a positive effect on our cash flow, so we are able to finance a number of new projects. We have successfully moved to our new head office in central London. We are now planning to start full production at the recently opened Spanish subsidiary in October. Finally, thanks once again to our loyal and dedicated workforce. Our employees will always be our most valuable asset.
Unit 2. Companies. Track 18.
Can you tell us about your company?
Nature's Way Foods is a food manufacturing company based on the south coast of England, and we put chilled product, majority of which is lettuce and fruit, into various types of packaging for the major retailers and various food service companies in the UK. Examples of retailers would be Tesco's, Morrison's and Waitrose. And in terms of food service companies, our biggest customer is McDonald's, which I'm sure most of you will be familiar with.
Unit 2. Companies. Track 19.
What are the reasons for the company's success?
There are various reasons for the company's success. I think one of the major ones is the markets in which we operate. There are some what we call big marketing themes, which are health, convenience, sustainability, and indulgence. We think the products we produce in both leaf and fruit fit a lot of those themes. So a majority of the UK population have a desire to eat healthy products. They tend to be what we call time poor, i.e. they haven't got much time in their lives for creating great food. So they want to be able to buy a convenient product of good, healthy food. There is also a theme for sustainability. So people want to feel like they are contributing towards a sustainable world. And a lot of our product has a fairly low level of what we call food miles, and therefore is fairly sustainable. Some of our products also have a fairly indulgent feel. So the UK population has a habit of wanting to be indulgent at certain times. So they might diet on a Monday to Friday, but when it gets to Friday night, they will have several pieces of cake and maybe a few drinks. I think the other reason for our success is the way we run our business. We are a high volume business, so we're producing hundreds of millions of units. So we need to be very efficient in the way we produce them. So we've invested heavily as a business in systems and process to make sure we are very efficient in the manner in which we produce the products for our customers.
Unit 2. Companies. Track 20.
When running a company, what have you enjoyed most and least?
I think most is achieving what you set out to achieve. So when you're running a company, one of your key objectives or key roles is to set the strategy for the company and then make sure the building blocks are in place to achieve that strategy. And that I find very satisfying, to set a clear goal for the business and then watch the business and help the business go and achieve that goal. I think the other thing which I find very satisfying is creating a team ethic and watching the people grow and watching people develop and work towards the goals that you set as a business and work as a team and get enjoyment out of that and develop as people and as business people within the organisation.
And least?
I think least is probably the relentlessness of the role as a chief executive. You're never actually off duty. And a business like ours, which is a food manufacturing company, it's running 364 days a year. So there's always something to be responsible for and something that's happening within your organisation. So I think that can be quite tiring. And also the other thing that sometimes can be wearing is it is quite a lonely life. You know, you have to make decisions. Sometimes you can't talk to other people about them and they have to be your decision.
Unit 2, Companies, Track 21.
What lessons have you learned from the companies you've worked for?
I've learned a lot of lessons from the companies I've worked for. I think the key thing is that you have to make sure your people in the organisation are engaged with the organisation and have a clear understanding of what that organisation is trying to achieve. If you can get that clarity of direction and enthusiasm from the people within the organisation, then that will help move the business forward in itself.
Unit 2, Companies, Track 22.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming to my presentation. My name's Robert Pullin. I'm the Director of Human Resources at DCV Fashions. My purpose today is to talk to you about our company. You can then decide if you'd like to work for us in the future. First, I'll give you some basic information about DCV Fashions. After that, I'll explain why we've been so successful in the fashion industry. Next, I'll tell you about our mission statement. This describes what we're all about, why we're in business. And finally, I'll explain how we communicate with people through our advertising and promotion.
Unit 2, Companies, Track 23.
Okay, some basic facts. We were founded in Florence in 1990. That's where we're currently based. Since then, we've expanded at a very fast rate and established our brand worldwide. We make and sell clothing and fashion accessories for the 18 to 30 age group. Please take a look at the chart. It shows our financial performance over a 5-year period. As you can see, last year our turnover was over 300 million euros and our net profit approximately 28 million. What's the key to our success? Well, I'd say there are 3 reasons we've grown so rapidly. We have a very talented team of young designers. Our distribution system is first class, and we're very creative when advertising and promoting our products. Moving on now to our mission. It's to be a dynamic company, constantly changing, but always leading fashion. Fun, youth, action, energy. This is what our brand is all about. Finally, a word about our advertising and promotion. DCV advertises on all the Italian TV networks, as well as those in other major European markets. It sponsors fashion shows, and its products are endorsed by many celebrities in the world of music and sport. Well, I hope you'll be interested to learn more about our company. Thanks very much for listening to my presentation. Are there any questions?
Unit 2, Companies, Track 24.
It's true our results haven't been good. Our pre-tax profits have fallen once again. It's all very worrying. Well, we know one of the reasons. Our two main competitors have been cutting their prices, so our prices are beginning to look rather high. They've also been increasing their advertising spend to get a bigger market share. But it doesn't explain everything, does it? How do you see things, Donna?
It's not a crisis, Paolo, but we do need to make changes as fast as possible. The way I see it, we don't offer a very wide range of flavors. That's not helping us. And our packaging isn't very exciting. It gives the wrong impression. It could be the reason why our classic product isn't selling as well as it used to. Okay, so what do we need? More products and more outlets. We must reach more than the big supermarkets and our own ice cream stores. Also, it'd be a good idea to upgrade our equipment and storage facilities. Maybe our fleet of trucks as well. They're terribly out of date.
Plenty to think about there, Donna. How about you, Bill?
Well, I'd say innovation is the key. We need more new products, exciting new products people will want to buy. Don't forget, people are health conscious these days. So how about bringing out some fat-free flavors? 100% fat-free, made from natural ingredients, no additives? Another thing, Paolo, we need to be more green, to do more for the environment. You know, recycle our containers, take the fat out of our waste products, then give the pure water to local communities. That sort of thing. Maybe donate money to charities like a heart or cancer foundation. That'd improve our image for sure.
Ros Pomeroy has worked in business in the UK, mainland Europe and Asia Pacific in a variety of areas, including sales, business strategy, human resources, and most recently, workplace consultancy and change management. She has an MBA from the London Business School and is a trained executive coach. Ros, what do you think of the company's current position?
The company has been very successful by growing its sales within its own home market of California, with a range of ice cream products which seem to be of good quality and are in demand by its customers. But I think it's probably reached a point where the market for its products is saturated. That is, there are not enough new customers to buy their ice cream products that will drive the growth in revenue and profit that the company is looking for. Now, I've mentioned the range of ice cream products that the company has, but in fact, when you look at the sales data, there is one product, the classic super cool chocolate, which accounts for the majority of the company's sales, or a significant proportion of the company's sales. That is 41%. And if something was to happen to the reputation of that product, or if there was a problem with the manufacture or supply of it, then that would hit the company hard. On the other hand, it's obviously a successful product. So that may be something the company can take advantage of and use as an opportunity to build on in new markets.
What do you think about the different investment options?
I think that the company should look to build on its existing successful product range by expanding into new markets. So I think that option 2, which is to export to Russia and China, is the best way forward. Of course, they will have to fully research the market. If that was successful, then they would also need to look at increasing their production capacity. So option 1 should also be considered. What I would not do is to launch a range of exotic fruit drinks, which is a strategy known as brand extension. I think their customer base, their customers know the company for their good range of ice cream, and particularly of the chocolate ice cream. So they will be confused by fruit drinks and actually not particularly interested in them.
Would you give any other advice to the company?
Successful companies need a clear and simple strategy. Listening to the discussion at the board meeting, I think the company is in danger of going in too many different directions at one time. I think it is better to do one thing well than risk doing many different things unsuccessfully.